Already pressure mounting with every heat. We're in round 4, heat number 8 of the Hawaiian Pro. Nat Young, Ricardo Christie, Jadson Andre, Connor O'Leary, an international super heat. Got a great mix of WCT talent, up-and-coming stars. We're going to start with Ricardo Christie.
So he chooses the left out of the gates, again, wanting to get that quick start, put some points on the board. You never know when it's going to go flat. Ricardo getting an opportunity to go left. He was out here right after the event yesterday, training on those boards, making sure that he knows what equipment he'll be riding these lefts, and earns a 5.17 to start the heat.
Ricardo Christie right now ranked 30th on the World Championship Tour, so he's definitely got some room to grow. Now he's finding himself relatively deep in the competition here at a QS 10,000, which will definitely help his chances on the other tour. Qualification series points for our CT surfers who are rated below the cut line.
Anyone learned anything about those first waves of the sets being a quality one? Looks like seen somebody riding it, going Connor, I think, on the left.
Connor O'Leary has looked laser sharp throughout this entire competition. We'll see how he can finish this wave. And I was just going to say how consistent young surfer from Australia is, but he goes down, and right behind him, Ricardo Christie, and reaping the rewards of being just to the inside of his competitors. Beautiful backside snap to finish out his second wave, which will be,
you know, limiting himself, and now he can play that priority role. Let's take a look at this wave here. It has a little froth on the face, but it is the right size of a left, right? So it was giving him that opportunity. I think those free surfs really helped him yesterday. That backhand snap, actually, now that I watched it, I mean, this is going to be, it's going to be a good wave. I mean, we're going to see excellent surfing there.
And it comes through in an 8.5 heat, and this is a look at Connor O'Leary's first attempt. And there was a big difference right there between those two waves.
Yeah, the fall. You know, you just you can't have those falls at the end of the wave. We saw it happen to Connor Coffin, and it affects the score negatively, of course.
Jadson Andre, perennial World Championship Tour standout, has been up and down and off the tour, but he is clawing his way back to the top. Goes for the big tail sliding snap at the end of that wave, but these lefts, if you are not just in the sweet spot, you're going to have some trouble.
Yeah, you need to be deep, you know, on that shallow portion of the reef, almost towards the toilet bowl, to get those little mid-sized lefts that are going to run the reef the entire time.
Well, with 19 minutes to go, don't forget this name when it comes to the end of the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing this year, Wade Carmichael.
Is that it'll create the pressure, because you start to see and understand, and we're talking about the numbers and putting it in there, and if you're trying to alleviate that and not want to deal with that, you just go home and you start eating dinner and don't look at anything.
Jadson Andre streaking down the line on this left, but again, mistiming it. So 2 poor decisions for Jadson Andre. And on the flip side of that, Nat Young looks like he is coming off a couple blistering outside snaps all the way to the beach. And you got to think, on the list of top goofy footers currently surfing on planet Earth, Nat Young has got to be in the top 5. His backhand is just venomous.
Of a turn that the judges can't deny it. You have to give it big scores. You know, it's going to be his wave. We've already got a scale set with the 8.5. Let's check this set wave here. He drops in. Look at this first snap. Boom. Gets a little loose, and then this next section, right back into it, and even harder. Another backhand slash. I really like this wave for Nat Young. He had to wait patiently, waited 10 minutes to finally get his first wave, and it's going to come in a pretty good one.
What makes his backside turns just a little bit better than everybody else's is the fact that he goes vertical but also follows through with his tail.
Here's Connor O'Leary, a little smaller wave, but this one had a good line on it. You know, it was the first wave of the set, and that's what I was talking about. Those first waves, they are much smaller, but they give you a little bit more opportunity. That one just a tiny bit small, I think, for Connor. I think he would like to get a little bigger set wave next time.
For Nat Young, and there it is. Now Nat Young with a 6.5 jumps into second place. 13 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Connor O'Leary yesterday posting the single highest heat total with 18.24 points. He is best in class for the Hawaiian Airlines Triple Crown. You're allowed the opportunity to be the best heat of the entire Triple Crown. Will earn $250,000 miles to put on your bank account and utilize those for upgrades and round-trip tickets. So thank you to Hawaiian Airlines, sponsor of the Vans Triple Crown. And Connor O'Leary holding on to that one right now, but you would have to say that you start looking at events coming up. We're only event number 1. And I think we'll see some bigger high point totals come. But good job by Connor yesterday.
Split peak with priority was Ricardo Christie sticking his backhand, as that's where that big 8.5 came from. But that last wave did not cooperate with Ricardo. Nat Young went right. So I like that these surfers are, kind of getting these little skirmishes as these sets come through. I like when I see peaks being split. That just means there's just more potential, not only for these surfers, but for the fans to see more surfing.
We are so fortunate that the waves are still here. They split the peak here. Let's watch Nat Young on the backhand again, getting the first wave of the set. Again, has a bit more opportunity here. This wave, not a ton of vertical face, but Nat did very well to get 4 turns done and kicks out, so he's going to back up that 6.5.
Ricardo Christie's got a great backhand, but I don't know if I'm going to just allow Nat Young to use his backhand against mine.
Well, that wave shuts down on him, so he's not able to finish it off. His low score is a 5.17. I don't know if we'll see that go into or rival that same score, so I don't know how many points we'll see Ricardo add, but Nat Young will definitely add. Doesn't need much to overtake Connor O'Leary, who sits in second.
So 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Nat Young now needs a 2.5, so he'll most likely get it on that last wave. That'll be his backup score. He's sitting on a 6.5 as his high. Jadson Andre, a little bit lost right now in this heat. 2.5 and a 1.5 in his scoreline. He's going to want to delete all of those scores. And he's going to go to his backhand. Another guy with a lethal backside attack. And he goes 3 for 3. Nice backside hits down the line. 10.5 to go.
Jadson Andre liking his surfboard at the moment. He said that he's been riding it here since he's been on the island, and this one is a good one for him. Takes a little bit of a white, watery, frothy wave, but it had a good line on it. It had some opportunity, stayed open, didn't shut down like we see a lot of the rights doing. That's going to be his best wave so far. His first 3 waves, just 2.5, 1.5, a throwaway. I don't know if you got your session yesterday at Rocky Point.
Yes, sir.
You did. I'm sure that was fun. And then there's some waves at Backdoor and Pipeline off the wall.
Ricardo Christie trying to get radical.
So maybe they'll get their morning surfs in and then come on down.
That's probably
it is
what
Saturday
I'm here. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Ricardo Christie hangs on to the lead. Nat Young in second. His second scoring wave comes through at a 5.43. Connor O'Leary in third. Jadson Andre in fourth. If you're just joining us, Chris Cote here with Pete Mel. The first heat of the day just showed us evidence of what we will see: full bore pressure surfing. Lots of these guys are fighting for their lives when it comes to QS qualification.
I was just going to talk about Ricardo Christie, and he's sitting at 30th on the championship tour, whereas this man is sitting inside the cut line, but right there on the border, Jadson Andre.
Well, this is Jadson Andre's best wave so far. He got a 5.10 for his backhand, and that wave just, again, some of these lefts are 8s, some of them are 3s or 4s.
Ricardo Christie sits at number 55 on the qualification series, so he's got some work to do. These next 2 events, QS 10,000s, big, huge, major points on offer. So Ricardo, if he gets himself into the final, it gives him a good chance to requalify through the QS, which I'm sure coming here into Hawaii was a long shot, because he is sitting only on 9,000 points. He backs it up with this little frothy one, but turns it into an 8.5. Drifting the tail and then the vertical bang on the closeout. Gets the best wave of the heat. And then Nat Young, a little water angle here. So easy for Nat. Gets himself a 6.5. Was able to find a second wave here with a 5.43. Not round 4, but the quarterfinals. Then he'll start adding points to his total. So he sits again at number 9 on the QS ranking.
Jadson Andre, he's still in it. He needs a 6.83. And we see him getting down the line. Now he goes to the air. That's what we were waiting for from Jadson Andre, but he has a little trouble, well, a lot of trouble getting back into the open face, goes down. So a little bit of a messy air, but he does land it nonetheless of his priority. You got to be very careful. The judges are picky when it comes to seeing you paddle for waves. Right there, I mean, that right there, that's on the edge.
So these next two events, again, still lots of stuff can happen. You've got a lot of guys in the back half here. A guy that I'm talking about, Ricardo Christie.
Jadson Andre in fourth place, in fourth priority, launching the air reverse. Now Jadson Andre is feeling a little, feeling frisky. I like that. He kind of found that little inside runner. We've seen one maneuver waves be difference makers. He needs a 6.83. That's going to be a big score for one air.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. That it'll be the 6.83. But what he could do is that 5.10 as his highest score. If he were to surpass that, he'll actually lower that allocation, which will help. So we'll see what unfolds here with that last wave.
Nat Young, he was in third priority. Wave not looking that good, but with only 45 seconds to go. And we kind of just, I wouldn't say rolling the dice right there, because Connor O'Leary needs a pretty sizable score, not a lot of time left.
Well, Ricardo Christie actually helped out Nat in that situation, because Connor was in a good position to take that left.